Thank you. Yeah, hi, I'm Bron. I'm from Australia. I flew in today, so I'm a little bit jet-lagged. I'm sorry I'm not talking about anything really important. This is just something that I think we've all had to deal with at some stage in the past. This story is from when I was in Oslo, and it's a little bit about communications. It's a little bit about entropy. It's a lot about laziness. That's not my data center. That's just something I got off the internet, yeah? That'll probably keep working so long as you don't have to change anything. Now, in my case, it's also a little bit about Perl, because I had to glue two systems together. One system was our paging system at FastMail. Fantastic. You can update who's on call, automatically sends it to the right phone number. The other system was Opera's dial-up system for second-line support. You call in, you say, I need help, something's broken. We wanted it to call the right person and not just me all the time. So there's an API. There's a CPAN module. Awesome. I'm thinking, cool, this is going to be, wait for it, a piece of cake. This is why you don't let developers do estimates, because we like to think we're pessimists, but deep down inside, we believe that we're going to get it right, yeah? So anyway, I had a look at the API online. Nice and simple. Key, colon, value, blank line at the end to say that you've finished sending it. It's basically like HTTP headers or email headers. I know how all this works. Did some testing via telnet connection. Fine. Download the Perl module. Have a look at this. Tells you how to connect, tells you how to disconnect. That's it. That's the entire documentation. Luckily, I had the source code. I could see how to send commands. So I went back to the documentation again to figure out what command I should be sending. And there it is, dbget. You send one command, you get back a single response, or you get back two separate responses. So I wrote a little program that used send command, thinking maybe they put the logic in there. It crashed. There's still stuff on the wire. At this stage, I go to the internet. Copy pasta. I'm going to find some code. I'm going to copy it into my application. It's all going to work. We don't call it copying and pasting, though. We call it forking, yeah? Sounds much better. So I put this slide in so the computer scientists could feel smug, because we know what this does, yeah? We know about forks. Actually, it's quite relevant because concurrency is probably where most of the interesting bugs happen. But anyway, I found some code. I downloaded it. Verified to work. It's been tested. That's like QA, right? So I tried it and it worked. It actually runs. This code fetches the value and finds it. Now let's have a look at some details of how this code works. There you go. Send command. Sends the first command, and then it uses send command again, but it doesn't give it an action. So send command doesn't send anything down the wire, it just pulls another value off. That makes perfect sense, right? Now count with me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you index from 0 and you split by line and then you split by colon and you take number 7, that's the value from the fourth line of the response. Now I've left this slide up for 2 whole slides so that those of you who aren't Perl programmers can JIT compile it to your internal bytecode or whatever it is that you do. You know what? This actually works. I could copy and paste that code into my application. I can go home to my wife and kids. Everything's already working. Now, I promised that I would tell you that I didn't do that. I actually put it into a hash and I extracted the value and I got all this code working. So back to the title of the talk, 102%. Maybe my maths is a little bit off. But this is the kind of stuff that's actually out there running the world. Yeah, people do enough to get it working and they go home. And it keeps working until you change something and then it breaks. But most of the time it works, and that's okay because the world survives. You know, our kids grow up, we die, they replace us. The code never made it into production. Opera sold the company back to us and we don't need to talk to their systems anymore. So I didn't waste my time. Now, no talk is complete without a rubber ducky. So here's the plug. At FastMail, we've got a JSON API, connectionless, for accessing mail, contacts, calendar. It's working really well for us. We'd like to share it with everybody else. We're trying to iron out all the bugs, make it into something that could become a standard. J, yeah? It's the letter after I. JMAP.io. Take a look. Let us know if there's something in there that could help you, and we'll try and make something that's actually nice to use. That's all I've got to say. This is my first OSCON. Come and have a chat to me. Thank you very much.